In this tutorial, I will demonstrate how to create a straightforward customer management application in under 10 minutes using the archITekt platform. This application will allow you to browse, add, edit and delete existing records. All visible data will be imported from an Excel file, which we will do so using the archITekt platform. Let's commence by preparing a processing package called import to load data from an Excel file into the database. From the toolbox, I will drag and drop a data reading block for Excel and specify the source file for this block. For the selected header row, I will create an output array for the data and adjust the data types of individual fields. The subsequent step in our package involves saving data to the database. At this point, the database object does not exist, so I will proceed to create an entity data model, EDMX structure, named client. I will copy field names from the Excel block we previously read. After saving the EDMX file, I will configure the database write block. In the mapping tree, I can see the records read from the Excel file. Below that, I will add a new record and annotate it for database writing. I will specify the created client model for this annotation, and then map the elements from the Excel table to the database fields. After saving the package, I will run it, which will read data from the Excel file and write it to the database. We can verify in the database panel whether the client structure contains the data imported from the file. Now I will create a list named clients to display the imported data. I will set the list parameters and specify the data structure on which the list will be based. This automates the entire list configuration. I can save the list and display it in the browser immediately. Next, I will customize the appearance of the list by adjusting column widths, their order, and adding 2 filter fields for record filtering. Moving on, let's create a menu item that navigates to the previously created list. I will add a menu item and in the Properties panel specify the navigation item as the Clients list. After saving the document, I will proceed to view it in the browser. The subsequent step is to create a customer details form. For this form, I will specify the data structure, making the data fields of this object accessible. I will drag these fields directly onto the form, along with adding a button control and assigning a save action to it. In the form settings, I will indicate that the button should be displayed at the bottom of the form, since it will serve as a pop-up. Now, with an empty form, I will go to the Clients list under the Actions tab, where I will define the edit action using the previously created form. I will specify how the form should open in a pop-up window and set the page to refresh after closing the pop-up. After defining the edit action, it becomes possible to edit items in the list. The next step is to define an action for adding new customers. I will use the Add Element action. Set the button style to Success, green. Modify the button text and specify the form to be used for adding a new element and how it should open, similar to the previous case. At this point, it becomes possible to add new customers. The final action involves deleting a record using the Remove Element action. I will specify its location and appearance, selecting a red icon. For the action itself, I will specify the data structure object to be deleted. The application is now complete.